Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Jake Jabberelli of Jabberelli.com. Just a bunch of referral links. Should be turning that into just a bunch of crypto stuff. We'll make the same acronym. So, update. Very busy with the day job. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what I've learned from my mining rigs. I only have one rig. And what I've been thinking about lately with coins since the price has gone up. Speculatively, is it going to stay up? That's a good question. We'll talk about that. Just want to mention that the event is still going on. I'm still doing the the giveaway at 500 subs, but my progress has slowed lately, but that's due to me not spending as much time making videos, so I apologize if you guys were looking forward to another one. I have time now, and that's why I'm making one. But I wanted to get into the things I learned, so let's talk about that. You can see up here in front of you, if you have a chance to look at all these wonderful details, I'm personally fascinated by this, how NiceHash gives you this functional, actual, and local. That is how much they're paying you versus how much you're actually producing. The price goes up and down. People make contracts all the time, so you could get more than you're worth, you could get less. It really depends on what they're selling at that very moment. I would say the local tends to be more consistent because it's what you're doing all the time. Anyways, with the price of Bitcoin going up here, it's gone up a lot, about 2,500 US dollars in the last 2 weeks. Quite a huge rise. Really hoping it continues on its climb toward 20,000. Don't think it's going to reach 20,000. Ethereum as well is also climbing quite a bit. Has gone up an equivalent amount. Effectively equivalent over the last 2 weeks here. Let's do that. Up. Kept going up. So it was hanging out here, down here around 200 US dollars, and now it's heading towards 400 US dollars, almost doubling its value. Pleasantly not disappointed, because that has made my mining much more valuable per what's mine here. Let's go to the GPUs, and I can show you that the GPU that I bought, this one, has doubled its potential. When I started, this number was 0.57, now it's 1.16, which is actually slightly more than double, and that's awesome. That is amazing, as you can see here. Here's my total. This total, when I bought these GPUs, was less than 10 US dollars. Granted, that's also due to a price difference, but it's been going up. And of course, my mining is staying consistent for the most part, as you can see here with my cryptograph. Unfortunately, for these 4 gig cards, they're not as useful when mining on Windows. This system is on Windows because it's the only way I can currently get it. I don't have a power supply that's big enough to handle it on this other system here. I did it for a while and it wouldn't work. So I moved it back here. Now the performance of this one is not nearly as good, just because Windows, something with their VRAM, it won't let it store the entire file, DAG file, so it doesn't work correctly. That's the reason it's usually better to use Linux for that. But like I said, power supply issues, so can't do that. But this is not wrong. I've been making somewhere between let's say $1.20 and $2 a day, especially with the price having increased. So it's very good. Actually, I would say right now is a pretty good time to get into GPU mining. Now, does that mean it's going to be good in 3 months? No way of knowing. You really just have to, do your own estimations and decide. So, but I was trying to use these 2 computers outside of a case. Originally, Reed was in a case. Cryptograph was never in a case. It was mounted on my bench test hardware. And I finally bought a rig, and that is this one right here. I bought this rig. Very inexpensive compared to other rigs I've seen. I only have 3 cards, but I don't even have all of them sitting on it right now. This is affordable. It's not adaptable. You can't change the size of it like you can with a Veta rig. So not as practical if you need to adapt to other cards or different sizes or different motherboards or something like that. But it works. The space between the top panel here and the bottom panel is enough for me to fit my gigantic heatsink, so it works. I'm still learning about this. I'm sure that people who've done mining for a while will probably say, hey, you're doing that wrong. Yeah, no, I'm learning. Don't understand everything about it. Can't even afford everything about it. Look at like Red Panda Mining. It's got 10 or 12 rigs. I can't afford that right now. I don't even know if I ever will. So it's guess what I'm trying to get at with this is that I'm learning how this works. Bought a relatively cheap rig so I can understand more about it. Certainly not the best, but it's a good starting point, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to be as honest as I can with all that I'm saying and what I'm doing in this process so you can understand what is happening. In any case, I'm grateful for this. I wanted to talk about one other thing that I used to do a long time ago, which appears to have been catching up with popularity as of late. I know that some of the people who watch my channel definitely do not have a lot of cash. Heck, I hardly had anything when I started this. And this little future bit box here, which does not produce a whole lot of coin, you hardly make anything off it, but the point is it's relatively inexpensive. I know one GPU card, you can buy a GPU card for roughly this price, but you have to have a computer to run it on. This, you do technically still have the computer, but you can actually run this little Moonlander device on a Raspberry Pi, which if you get the right Raspberry Pi, even with a kit, will be like $25. So, and I've done this. I actually got I have it in one of my videos, the 16 port powered USB device. So that thing's $100. So, understandably, that's more than the whole cost here. But with that, you could put 16 of these things together, which would obviously be a pretty high price considering the whole cost here. 65 times, let's just do the math real quick. 100, actually let's do the multiplication here. 65 times 16 and plus 100 plus a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, you might as well buy a mining rig. In fact, you could get a Crambu mining rig that you could do a lot more than that. Let me pull that up really quick. For $1,000. Yeah, this one. You get their least expensive mining rig for actually slightly less than that number I popped up here. So the question would be, why would you bother buying these tiny things when they produce almost nothing? And the point of this is you're not supposed to use these really anymore. These mine script coin, and at 3 to 5 megahashes they really produce almost nothing. Now they also consume almost nothing, as it says here, 10 watts of power per. So if you had 16 of them, that would be what, 160 watts? This Crambu device over here consumes 1,000 watts, and even with the minor amount of power that those other things would consume, it's not even comparable. It's roughly what, 1/6, 1/8 of the power. You wouldn't be getting nearly the mining hashing capacity out of these little tiny little machines. But the point of this is really just for fun. It's for understanding how hashing works. Now, I bought a bunch of these. I think I have about 8 of them. And I was using these for a long time. They're pretty noisy. You would think this tiny little machine wouldn't be that noisy, but this fan is actually quite loud. So I wouldn't say they're that great. They're neat for trying to understand. When I was doing this, I was making a Litecoin. If I'd done it naturally, I'd make a Litecoin every 5 years. And considering the price of Litecoin, even then, it really wasn't worth it. But I'm just trying to make a comparative tool. It's like, if you just want to learn about something, this is kind of a neat, fun thing to jump into before spending the gargantuan amount of cash that you have to go with something like this. And you can find Moonlander 2s pretty cheaply on eBay. I got mine for $15 a piece. That was like several years ago, and they were Moonlander 1s, not 2s. But it's doable. It's small scale, doable with very low power, and that's what for me was intriguing. That's why I started with it, and I went up to what they're called GAW or GAW miners, which are about 5 times the size of these USB things. And they're also USB, but they're not sticks. They're blocks. I think the company that makes these, FutureBit, actually has another. Let's see if FutureBit. We're gonna click on this. It'll pull up. Yeah, here's the other one. This is the new one, the new FutureBit that just came out. Quite a bit more powerful. Also very quiet, relatively speaking. So it's another one that you could possibly do. It's not going to do nearly as much. Like I said, this is smaller power supply. It's not going to be comparable to this kind of thing. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is there are a lot of options with mining, and it's becoming more profitable again. And I guess the thing I wanted to cap off this video with is that apparently this trend, now I can't predict the future. Oh man, would I be in a great place if I could, right? Everybody would if they could. In any case, you can only know what has happened and what might happen. And the way that people seem to look at this by looking at the curve of what's trending, let's look at the max here. You see the performance. You can draw a line through what's going on here and say, this is probably going to hit it. We went up a lot here and then down. We went up a little bit more here and then down. There seems to be this, you know, up and down, but the general trend is up as of right now. Now, granted, this could go right back down and it will look like it's going down again. But the point is, at the moment, it appears by the fact that this is a baseline here, and there's a baseline here, and there's a baseline, and it just keeps trending up. So a lot of people are looking at this chart and saying that in the relatively near future, let's say out here maybe a year, maybe half a year, the price could go back to something like this. Maybe it's here, maybe it's 18, maybe it's 15,000, but the point is the price of Bitcoin is only going to go up as the scarcity of the coin goes down. That is not down, but I mean scarcity goes up. That is, there's less coins available, so all of it's going to be worth more. Because more people will want it, more people will use it, it'll just drive the price up. So what I heard recently was that somebody was saying that the price of Bitcoin is going to peak at 28,000. I've always called that as false. Is it going to happen? Maybe. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. But if it does and I'm wrong, how is that bad? If I'm wrong that it's not going to go, if I'm saying it's never going to go above 20,000 again, this point right here, I say it's never going to happen, and I'm wrong about that, how is that bad? I'm okay with saying it'll never go above 20,000, staking my reputation on that, and then being wrong about it, because that only benefits everyone. So I think you should buy Bitcoin. I think you should invest in coins, not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, but other of the coins that exist. There are plenty of them out there. I have probably 20 different coin types, not just Swamp, not just Sugar, not just these two, Litecoin, all kinds of coins. And they're all going up in value over time. So yeah, definitely invest. Definitely get into coins. Are they useful? Yes, they are. They have all kinds of uses, particularly Ethereum. But that's the point I'm trying to get at, is that I'm trying to show what I'm doing here. I'm trying to say, hey, this is fun. Hey, this is interesting. Can you make money yet? Yes, you can. I've already made several videos about that. So I want to leave with that, saying, yay, price has gone up. Yay, mining is still working. Yay, I'm learning about this. And I hope you guys had a good time. And I hope you continue to watch my videos. Thumbs up if you like it. Comment if you got something else to say. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.